Hey guys, Easter007 here. Today I'm going to bring you a review of the ShengShou 5x5. This is technically a knockoff of the VCube 5 I have right here, but they have modified all the pieces in minimal degree, but it's still technically a knockoff. One major improvement that ShengShou made is that they made their core tensionable, because if you've ever had a VCube 5, you know that it'll start off really tight and it'll end up getting looser and looser until you can no longer use it because it's just so loose. Mine's still pretty good. But with the ShengShou, none of that matters because you can tension it. I have a screw right there. I mean, VCubes has screws, but the way the screw is designed, you can't actually tension it, because it'll just spin around in circles, but it won't be getting any tighter or looser. I bought mine from iCube Mart, but you can buy this cube from many different American-based stores and Chinese-based stores. I'll provide links to the American-based cubing stores in the description if you are planning on buying this cube. When I ordered the cube, I ordered the textured stickers from iCube Mart. It's like a special option iCube Mart has, I think. But soon I will be replacing these stickers with the half-bright set from CubeSmith, or I might get ISO stickers. I haven't decided yet. Depends on some feedback I'm about to receive from an email I sent. But yeah, so these are pretty high quality stickers if you want to get the textured stickers from iCube Mart. As far as the weight of the ShengShou 5x5 goes, I think it's a little bit lighter than a VCube 5, but really, weights in my opinion don't make that much of a difference. It might to some of you. I think it's a little bit lighter than a VCube 5. It seems maybe a little bit heavier than the ShengShou 4x4 version 3, maybe similar weights. I can't really tell, truthfully. I mean, it really doesn't make a difference to me, but let's see, there's a Guhong. It's definitely heavier than a Guhong. I mean, you would expect that because it's a 5x5, and it's a 3x3. And the ShengShou 6x6, it's a little bit lighter than a ShengShou 6x6, I would think. Not by much. And it really doesn't really matter to me during a solve, but you can... It's probably lighter, yeah. It's lighter. As far as the size of the ShengShou 5x5 goes, it's slightly smaller than a VCube 5. If you can tell, it's about a fifth of a VCube 5 cube smaller. Yeah. It is barely larger than a ShengShou 4x4 version 3. Like that, maybe like a tenth of a VCube, or of a ShengShou 5x5 cube, bigger than the ShengShou 4x4 version 3, or should I say larger? Yes. Something larger than a dying Guhong, about like 2/3 of the ShengShou 5x5 cube larger than the dying Guhong. Bah. And it's smaller than the ShengShou 6x6, about like half of a ShengShou 6x6 cube. It's like that. As far as tensioning and lubrication go, or like maintenance, I have not tensioned this cube at all. Like earlier in the video when you saw it with the cap off was the first time I've ever taken the center cap off of this, because I mean it's already at a great tension for me. I really don't feel the need to retension it past the factory tensions. It's pretty good for me. It's pretty smooth right out of the box, but I have lubricated it with CRC heavy duty silicone spray. Just a few quick sprays on like opposite sides. That's all I've done, and it's pretty smooth now. As far as turning speed for the layers, for like each layer, all the layers seem to turn at similar speeds. I mean, it's a little bit rougher on the outside layer than the inside layer, but the speeds aren't that much different. And it's a quick speed, but it doesn't become too loose like the VQ 5x5 can. Like it turns really quick, the VQ 5. But sometimes it's almost too quick, and then it starts locking up. This seems to be at a good, manageable speed. Not too loose, not too tight. As far as the smoothness of the layers go, you can definitely feel friction when you're turning the layers, but in my opinion, it's actually a good thing. Like, it keeps the turning speed under restraint, so it doesn't get like out of control turning speeds and just go flying. Like, when you turn this with your regular strength, it'll usually just make a 90-degree turn perfect. It's pretty close every time. And let me see. You can definitely feel it rubbing, but I think it makes the cube sound better, and it makes it feel better to turn. So in this case, the friction and roughness of the layer, or of the cube, are positives. As far as corner cutting goes, the outer layer can do like 4/5 of a cubie, I think, if you force it. It can do like 2/3 of a cubie pretty easily. 4/5 if you force it. I'm not sure. I doubt it can do a whole cubie. It'll probably just lock up. Yeah, it locks up if you try to do a whole cubie. But if you modify it, like a lot of people do, you could probably do a whole cubie cut. Yeah, 4/5 of the cubie is about its strength. And if you try 2 layers, like that, it can still go about 4/5 of a cubie to get a 2-layer turn. Where I turn both of these layers, it's about 4/5. If you try to go a whole cubie, of course it locks up. And 4/5 is pretty good. Doesn't have much restraint to the cut. This cube can lock up when you're going pretty fast on a solve. Like you're doing 3x3 and you're going really quick, feeling it. And it might lock up sometimes, but it locks up a lot less than the VQ 5, in my opinion. At least mine does, after lubrication and stuff. Yeah, it locks up less than the VQ 5, and it would usually only lock up if you try to force like a giant cut, like over a cubie, and you're just like, it locks up pretty bad then. But usually it doesn't lock up too badly. I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't lock up very often when you're solving it. So lockups are pretty good on this cube. Holy crap! My tripod is so crappy. It's like falling apart on me. Like the one leg of the tripod keeps like trying to close even though the hinges are all locked. But it's whatever. It works for the most part. But as far as popping goes to this cube, it never pops. I can't remember ever having it pop. And if it has, it's been like once or twice. And I seriously don't remember it. So it must have been like a single piece pop if it did happen. And so yeah, popping on this cube isn't a concern at all. No need to worry about it. Unless you loosen the cube, then it probably will pop. But I've never loosened or tightened the cube. So it just hasn't popped for me. So which is awesome. Holy crap, I don't know what I just did there. It's probably because of the anti-popping mechanisms they've added to the design of the cube, which I will show you later. Now I just want to show you guys the difference between the cores of the ShengShou 5x5 and the VQ 5x5, or like the improvements the ShengShou has made on the original VQ design. Here's the internal of the ShengShou. It's got a white core. Looks pretty fair. Whatever. Here's the internal of the V-Cube. Okay. Now for the individual pieces. Here's the corner piece. Corner of the ShengShou. It's got that hollowed out area there. It's much smaller. It's much smaller, the corner. It's less clunky. It's more rounded. The stalks are about the same length, but this one's got like a little bit of modification. Save weight, taking out the plastic in the stock there. As compared to this one. This one's got a hollow corner without a cap. This one's capped off. This one's capped off, so it doesn't catch when turning the outer layers as much. Sure. Middle edge pieces. They're pretty similar. The ShengShou's is smaller, less clunky than the V-Cubes. It's about the same width. This one is less curved than this one. About the same height too. This one's probably a little bit taller. That wing edge pieces, not much difference. Similar designs. This one's, the V-Cube is obviously thicker, but this one has like an anti-pop thing. The ShengShou has like anti-pop with these little edges here on the bottom, and it's hollowed out there, so it's lighter. It's got a more up-to-date design. I just kind of get carried away when I'm looking at these pieces. Don't even know what I'm saying half the time. Here's the center, like the middle center pieces. Pretty similar. This one's less thick in the bottom stock, the bottom part. This one's wider. And this part, the top part on the ShengShou is thicker. And the V-Cube is more curved on these wings that are coming out. And on the edge center pieces, or the corner center pieces, ShengShou is smaller in the bottom. It's got some just hollow areas in order to save weight, but otherwise they're pretty similar. Just ShengShou's a little bit smaller. And actually, I said earlier that there was like anti-popping things on the ShengShou. It's not so much anti-popping as just a more compact design, so it causes less pops. And because these are an odd layer, these are odd layer cubes, there is no internal pieces that are hidden inside the puzzle, so everything is visible from the outside, where every piece is. Now that I think about it, the V-Cube 5 doesn't pop either. I just think the more compact design in the ShengShou allows for less lockups. Like, because you know, if you're solving a V-Cube, sometimes this corner will twist. Not the corner, but the center corner. And that never happens at the ShengShou. And I believe that's what the new design has improved on the most. So yeah, I'm gonna have a link to a video of me solving the ShengShou 5x5, doing an average of 5 on it in the description. So you can go check that out if you want to see how it performs in a solve. So yeah, in my opinion, it's the best 5x5 available on the market, and it's like the third of the price of the V-Cube 5x5. So if you're gonna get a 5x5, definitely go out and buy the ShengShou 5x5. So yeah, guys, if I forgot anything, just leave a comment and ask the question, and I will respond to it as quickly as possible, which will probably be within that day. So yeah, this has been Z007. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.